So I wanted to take a brief second and talk about something that a lot of people deal with and a lot of people don't realize still happens, and it's called racism. That's right, racism. I'm actually going to talk about it this time. Alright, so, I don't know. If you don't know me, look at me. What do I look like to you? I mean, right now, I got the beard thing going and whatever else, but I don't know. But, I'm Indian, okay? Not the sit in teepees and, not the sit in teepees and have casinos Indian, and I'm the 7-Eleven and tech support Indian. Anyway, so I get mistaken for everything else. I don't know, I actually don't know anyone that's racist, like intentionally racist towards Indians. I know a lot of people that joke about it, they'll ask me, yo, hey, you can fix my computer, right? I'll be like, what do you mean I can fix your computer? You don't even know me. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, no, you're Indian, you can fix my computer, it'll work. I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever, bro. But, okay, well, I'm just gonna relate a few incidents that have happened to me recently that make me think that, I don't know, I need to have a sign, maybe I need a tattoo, like, right there that just says Indian straight down the nose, so that they actually know what they're doing, okay? But the other day, I'm standing around at work, finish line, not standing around as in like, standing around as in like, I'm waiting for people to help, so I'm like sitting here straightening stuff, and like straightening this stuff over here, and whatever. But, I'm helping this guy out with his shoes, and we're kind of talking about shoes and what he likes, and I kind of pull out a shoe that kind of has a little more, color on it. I don't mean color as in racist color, like black. I mean color as in like, okay, it's bright, really bright. And he looks at me and he goes, yo, San nigga, what you think you're doing? And I'm sitting here going, what? Okay, now I realize that sounds sketchy. And I kind of looked at him like, wait, what? Because I never heard that. Like, I've heard comedians make fun of that before, okay? But he actually called me a sand N-word. I don't know whether he thought I was Arab or what, but okay, whatever, bro. I just kept going, and he just kind of sat there and looked at me like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do now? Anyway, racism, man. Racism, it's crazy. Oh, gosh. I mean, and stuff like that happens all the time at my store, too. I mean, you'll be helping some lady. This happened during back to school. Some lady, I was helping her with the kids, and she found out the shoe that she wanted was like $70, and she wanted it for $20, and she looked at me and be like, nigga, yo, crazy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't change the price for you. I don't think she actually realized that I'm not black. I'm not. And I mean, and it's stuff like that. I've been called colored at work before, Somebody told me this afterwards, but like I ran back to grab someone's shoes, from the back. And so I'm looking back there for their shoes, and I hear her over the radio, yo, Pratik, someone just said that the running colored boy helped them out. And I'm sitting there going, the running colored boy? Yeah, that's what he said. I'm like, okay, whatever, I guess that's me now, running in colored. Whoop-de-friggin-do. Oh, gosh. Then, okay, this happened like 2 days ago, okay? This guy walks in, IU hoodie, alright? I mean, so you know that he's never actually been to college before. Because anyone wearing an IU hoodie has never actually been to a college before. They just like to pretend that, oh, I'm from Indiana, I'm from the South, I love IU basketball, woo! So, but yeah, so he walks in, and I walk up to him, and he and his family, and I walk up to him, and I say, hello, sir, how are you doing today? And he looks at me, and he looks at me kind of a second, tilts his head, and then he says, hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? Country accent, too, so it's more like, hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? And I look at him, and I'm just like, oh, I'm doing very well, sir, thank you very much. Is there anything I could help you find today? And he looks at me and says, no, gracias. I'm just sitting there going, I'm like, alright, well, just let me know if you need anything, and I will definitely help you out with that, alright, sir? I'm definitely not Hispanic, okay? And I was speaking English to him, and he kept responding back in Spanish. It wasn't even like good Spanish either. It's broken Spanish. I mean, I think I asked him like if I could help him a few more times, and he kept going, "No, amigo, está bien." All right, very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, all right, whatever. Gosh. That one made my head hurt because I was speaking English. I was definitely speaking English. I was speaking better English than I bet he could. I never heard him speak a word of English except to his family. Racist. Racism, man. Racism is crazy. Oh, man, what else? What else I got? I mean, oh, this happened to me today. This happened today. But I dropped my siblings off at work, and so I'm driving back, and I decided to drive this new way because I know like there's a side road that you can go on that kind of avoids the traffic and still gets me back to where I wanted to go. So I start going down, and I hit this T, and I thought that I could go straight. It's a T, but so I pull up into somebody's driveway, and then I realize it's a driveway, and like you can't, because I can see the road that I wanted to, like right ahead of me on that T, but there's like a steep drop down to that road. So I start driving, and I stop, and I'm like, okay. And I start, like, backing out, and this lady comes to the door of the house whose driveway I was at. Because I said driveway, but it's bigger, and it's black, so it looks kind of like road. And she comes out, and she's got her kid with her. And she kind of looks at me weird, and then she looks to see who's driving, and they both go back in the house. And so I back out of the driveway like I'm going to, and I start to turn, because I'm going to go down one of the streets, because I know that this has got to lead me out. And I see her come to the door. Her kid is behind her, and she's got a frickin' pistol with her. A pistol. Like the shoot people kind. And I don't think that she was getting that pistol to shoot a squirrel. Okay, I think she was looking at me. This might be me. Maybe I'm seeing racism where it doesn't happen. But that definitely happened. And she definitely grabbed that pistol. Reminds me of when I speed. No, I don't speed. That's on camera. I do not speed. I drive with the traffic, and sometimes on I-465 the traffic drives fast. Anyway, that's not what happened in this case. But anyway, a cop pulled me over for speeding. And, anyway, so a cop pulled me over for speeding, so I got a speeding ticket. So I go to the courtroom to appeal it, because I don't think I was speeding. I was definitely going 60. The guys in front of me were going fast. But this is stop-and-go traffic, okay? And I was definitely going 60. And anyway, so I walk into the courtroom. And the courtroom's like downtown, like not even downtown. It's like Washington Street, so that's like it's not a great neighborhood, but it's okay. By not great, I don't mean like crime ridden. I mean like rundown and stuff. But there's like black people and Hispanic people and all kind, white people. They're all sitting in that courtroom there. But you got to go through security first to get to the courtroom. Or not even the room. It's like the room before the courtrooms, like where like they figure out where they want to send you. And where was I going with? Right. So I walk into the courtroom, and there's two security guards sitting right there. And they're just kind of casually. One of them's leaning back, and one of them's just chewing on a donut, and they're talking to each other. And all of a sudden, one, like, he gets this look on his face when I walk in the door. I'm like, okay, new person. They're, like, evaluating me for threats or whatever. And his hand goes from donut to gun. Just like that. Like, he puts his hand on his gun. And his partner, like, turns around, and he's got his hand on his gun. And they're both watching me with their hands on their guns. And I mean, I was dressed in I had on an Avengers shirt, jeans, and Chucks. I don't know about you, terrorists don't wear Chucks. Terrorists don't wear Avengers shirts either. Hopefully not, or they're giving me a bad name anyway. But they both had their guns there. And I read the signs, and I walk in, and I take all my stuff out, and I put it down, and they're like, the hands are on their guns the entire time. I say, how are you guys doing this morning? And they're just like, walk through the metal detectors, please. So I walk through, and they're just like, okay, take your stuff. And I'm like, all right. And then there's a little bin that you have to put all your stuff in. And it goes through the metal detector, or not the metal detector, the camera, or whatever the crap that thing is. And so it's in there, and I grab my stuff, and I take the thing, and I hand it to one of the guys, and his gun comes up, and I'm just like, okay. And he goes, just leave it there, we'll get it. Okay, maybe that's standard operating procedure. I don't think so, because I definitely saw some black people walk in right after me. And those guys were sitting there eating donuts and talking. I think it was me. I think it may have been this beard. That could be what it is. I'm not shaving it, though. Bruh, racism, man. Racism is crazy.